Greetings and welcome to Stunt Hangar Video Hangouts. Hang on one second. I'm actually using a new computer and I forgot to do something real quick. Let me do this. Bear with me. I got to fix something. Okay, got it. Let me go here. I hope I'm not streaming, but maybe I am. So let's see what's happening here. Let me switch this. Just bear with me and we'll be cooking with gas very shortly. Kind of out of my routine. I normally have a routine, but with this computer, different setup, everything's a bit different. Let me see here. Just give me, forgot about these other steps I got to do on this computer. Let's see here. Let me go to my computer. Your channel and mute that. Okay, I guess I am streaming. All right, cool. That's good. Let's see here. Let me go here. Switch channels. Go to studio. Okay, there we go. I already put the link up in Stunt Hangar forum, so you should be able to hit refresh and come right on in. I'm checking the control panel right now to see what's going on, see if we are. I got to do, oh man, this is, it's requiring me to to verify that this is me. Let me do this real quick. Okay, let's see here. I might need to do some editing. Let's see here, my phone. Okay. All right. Great. Let's see here. All right. Okay, now we're connecting, looks like. So let's see what happens here. Okay. And we do a little editing. Hang on, everybody. We will get the show going very shortly. But if you're watching on YouTube, the link is already posted at stunthangar.com. I see Daniel Berry Sports Highlights says, yo! And Gary Sinclair, who is a member of our YouTube channel, I can tell by the moniker next to his name, he says, hi, everyone, like provided, thank you. And then John Skukulek, who's also a member of our YouTube channel, he says, very much liked, thank you very much. Great, so we have 11 concurrent viewers and 4 likes. If you haven't hit the like button, please smash that like button. That helps the analytics of the show. And it hopefully will put your, when you go to your home feed on your YouTube channel, this will show up on the right-hand side as a recommended view. So that's why that's partly why it's so important for you to give us the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And don't forget, we do have super chats. Super chats are very helpful. And the super thanks, if you're watching this as a replay, the super thanks also help. And then we have our own YouTube memberships. The Stunt Hangar YouTube channel has memberships, and the membership start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. Not a whole lot. And it's like going to Starbucks and getting a cup of coffee, one of their fancy concoctions, just once a month. That's all it takes. So it looks like we're streaming, and we have some people in the chat box. I have RC Fred _68. He's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you. I have not seen your name before, so you must be a recent member. Thank you very much. It says, hello, RC Fred. Do you fly RC, or do you do control line, or neither of the above? And we dismiss this. So right now we have 8 likes, and we have 10 concurrent viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Charles Carter, and kind of off to a rocky start. I had to change computers. My other computer is right there. As a matter of fact, it's running very, very slow, and so I didn't want to take a chance on having problem with the connectivity. Hey, Steven, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. How you doing tonight? What's going on?
Oh, I had to use a different computer today, so things were not in the same place, and I had to use passwords and all kinds of verification to get going. So just more trouble.
Uh-oh.
But we're here.
At least you got one.
Oh no, man, your audio is bad. Oh man. All right, any way you can get close to your router?
Is that better?
Let's see. We'll hold tight and see. Hey, Gordon Delaney, I see your Pathfinder in the back behind you.
It's all done.
Oh, that is fantastic. Oh, that's great. So how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
So
So
when you got through talking to people, I'd show it to you.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm kind of getting off to a late start. I had to switch computers. My other computer was giving me problems. So hope he wasn't waiting too long, hitting the refresh in the or did you come in through the email I sent you? How did you come in?
Yeah, I come in through the email.
Okay, great. And I got a response. Hang on, Gordon. I got a response from RC Fred 68. He says, I have been a member for about 6 to 7 years. Well, excuse me. Thank you for all your support. Appreciate it. Sparky knows me well. I support him all the time. Well, that's great. Well, thank you for coming in, RC Fred. And he says, last time I was on the Hangout was 2020 when Rusty ran it. Yeah, the good old days, huh? And then also before that, Sparky ran it. So yeah, you have some history, RC. Fred, that's great. You probably remember me in the gallery, right? And we have Stuart Morrison. How you doing?
Hi, Charles. It's raining out there, or?
No, it's cloudy. Very cloudy. Very cloudy. I don't didn't get, and where I like to fly, they had some bad news for me. I'm not I can't fly there anymore, so that's kind of a problem.
Oh, really? Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, not in exact that one spot. I can still fly at that park, but just that one spot I was really the softball field. They just want that softball field to be exclusively softball. So but baseball season will end I think June or July. So I think after June, July, I'll fly there. They won't even care, because they won't even be using it. So it's just right now. It's just right now. It's hands off, So
How does can you hear me, Charles?
I can hear you. Yeah.
How does that work with the baseball field where you fly at? Do they close it up and lock it down, or do they harass you? Do they come and speak with you personally when they see you flying out there, or how does that go down for you?
Well, actually, I have a kind of a working relationship with the groundskeeper. I'm not sure if that's his title, but he takes care of the field. And so I just approached him, and he basically told me, I guess his boss told him that, she just wants it to be exclusively softball, so I can't fly there anymore. And but like I said, I suspect once all the activity of the season's over, no one's gonna care if I'm there.
Well, yeah, it just doesn't seem right that you can go over there and have that kind of control over the park to the general public like that. It
No, it's not
doesn't.
the whole park. It's just the softball diamond,
Mm,
just the softball field itself. It's not the whole park.
mm.
The softball field is manicured and taken care of, where the other areas, it's a low priority to mow the lawn and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's the only problem, is it's not as nice. But you know what? It's all right. This too shall pass.
Right.
It's how it is. I've had it good for a while, and I have to, like I said, in June, July, it should be. I don't think they will care. They won't even be around.
Yeah.
So. Anyways, I want to say hi to this new person. You have FDI Maria. I'm not sure what all that means.
Sorry, I'm RC Fred. So I figured instead of talking to you,
Oh,
I'd join.
thank you, RC fan. Thank you for your support
Oh,
for all
thanks.
these years. That's great.
So I was on a little bit in 2020. I actually had to go back and find myself. Sorry. I was on in 2020, and then I wasn't. I watched the videos occasionally, but I haven't been on in a while. But I'm always watching Sparky all the time. I'm watching him build this. What's he doing now? He's fixing an ARF or something.
Yeah, fixing a Vector 40 R.
Yeah. So I don't know. I correspond with him a lot. So I was like, I'll jump on for a minute, because I actually have a question when you guys get a minute on polishing finish, dope finish.
We have some guys I can tell you about that.
I could show you. I'm trying to figure out how to unblur my screen, my background. I forget.
Oh, the background. Oh, yes. Let me see. I think that's down at the bottom there. RC Fred. I'm not sure what to call you.
Call me Fred. I'm sorry. I should introduce myself. I'm Fred DeMaria. I was I've been flying RC, I don't know, since early 80s. Before that, I flew a little control line in the 70s when I was a kid. And I've kind of gotten back into bowl. I do a lot more control line now. Probably the last 5-6 years, I kind of going back to the roots.
Good.
So, I'm not that great. I mean, I'm okay. I can fly a bi-slob pretty well and a ringmaster, but I've never flown a full pattern. I've never flown in a contest, but I'm going to try this year. So I'm hoping to.
Oh, well, going to a contest is going to really expedite your progression. You're going to get a lot better, because the contest just kind of build in an incentive to get going, learn this move or learn the next maneuver. When you don't have a contest, it's kind of like, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll try it today. Well, I'll try it next week. But when you have a
I have
contest,
problems with is the dizziness a little bit. Like the bi-slob, I can hover that thing and I don't have to spin that much. But when I fly the ringmaster, which I have, I can't do a full flight without getting really dizzy.
Well, as you learn to stunt the airplane, that'll all go away, because you'll be stopped in one position for a few seconds at a time stunting it. So
Right.
you'll pause but that's good training until you get to that point. keep you from losing your balance.
Let me see if I can how the hell do I?
yeah, I'm trying to find where it's at. It's down in the bottom. There's it's not apps. Look under reactions. No, that's not it. Yeah, one of those things down the very bottom of the Zoom meeting, you'll be able to change your background, but it doesn't bother us that your background being blurry.
Well, I was going to show you the airplane to try to. I'm trying to. I covered the wing with that SIG coverall, and I cannot get the weave filled. Like it's still, I put a lot of dope on this, a lot of clear on it, and you still can see the weave. So I was texting Sparky a little bit. I think I'm just going to call it a day on it. I'm going to let it dry and do the best I can on the polish. But I have to show you the thing, and I don't know how to. Oh,
Yeah,
there it is.
right.
I found it.
Gone great. All right, yeah, that cover ride is really thick, and I remember I had a plane that I had on it, and that was such a long time ago. I don't remember how I filled that weave, if I did it ever at all. Let me see, make it big here. Yeah, it looks good, Fred. That's a pretty color scheme.
I copied the Brodak one, but if you look, it's hard to see. I haven't polished it yet, but if you look, I'm trying to get the light on it.
Fred, have you got clear over the top of your paint?
Yeah,
How many coats?
probably 4.
Oh, you should be able to wet sand that gentle with 600.
Yeah, I did that. I've already wet sanded it. I got it all the way down to 1500. Then I just put another coat on it about 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna let it dry a little more and then do the final polish because it's starting to get heavy and I don't want to put any more weight on it. But if you look at it in the light, you can still see the weave a little bit. It's driving me nuts. I can't get rid of it. Anyway.
Well, the weave is because you didn't put enough clear dope on before you started putting your color on.
Yeah.
It's funny with this SIG coverall, I put a lot of clear on it. A lot. And
Did you put any filler coats on it?
I used a little bit of primer, but I didn't go crazy because it's hard, I didn't want to get it to be too heavy.
What kind of primer?
It's this it's the stuff that Sparky showed. It's like 30 bucks a can. I forget the name of it, but it's something he showed on his channel. It's pretty good stuff.
So did you put that over the covering?
Yes.
I never put sanding sealer over the covering, ever.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean?
I put it on the wood and stuff like that. But once it's covered,
No.
on there is clear dope, and then I add some Havasil to it.
You don't put
Nope.
any primer at all over the covering?
Not over.
No. No.
Really?
No. No. That's a no.
Just so that Havasil, and it works real good. You add it to your clear dope after you got about 4 or 5 coats on, and you spray a couple coats on, and then wet sand it or dry sand it, and it'll come out extremely smooth.
Like a baby's behind.
But you wanna have a smooth surface before you go to color. You don't want to have the weave still in there when you have color on it.
Wait a minute, let me make sure I got this straight. So you're saying, and I didn't mean to hijack the call here, talking about finishes.
Okay. That's perfectly fine, Fred.
Go ahead.
So when you put the fabric on the wing,
Yep.
you're saying you can't put any primer? I mean, I was extremely sparingly on it, only on the wood parts, not really on the center section at all.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to put any on the covering at all. Any of the wood surfaces, if it had leading edge sheeting, you could brush it on that area. But the open bays, you want to stay away from any kind of a primer or anything unless you're using that Havasil that Randy Smith.
Well, no. Maybe you misinterpreted what I said. I didn't put any on the actual open bays. What I kind of did was I only put it, where you bond the primer, like on the leading and trailing edge, and where you have your
Oh, okay.
center section, and like the trip here, like here.
The perimeter.
Yeah. So this here is solid wood here. That had a very, very light coat of primer on it just to get,
Yeah, that's fine.
but nothing in the center. No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
And then of course, on the fuselage and whatever.
Would you turn that so I can see the covering on the light? Yeah, right there. For some reason, I can see looks like dry spots and overspray on your when you sprayed it.
Yeah. It was a pretty wet coat too. I don't know why I got that.
I don't know if what's the temperature that you're painting in.
Well, I'm in Connecticut.
I mean, is it above 70 degrees where you're painting?
No, not when I painted that final coat. No.
Yeah, some of that could be kind of a blushing effect.
There wasn't any humidity. The humidity was low, but it was probably a couple weeks ago, but it was a mild day. It was probably in the 50s.
Yeah.
Listen, I have a terrible. I struggle with dope. I've never had a good luck with it. Epoxy, I can get a good finish. Dope, I'm not that good with it. I've gotten better,
We all struggle with
but it's
dope.
not great.
Yeah, I'll trade. I'll do the dope finishes, and you do my epoxy finishes. I put epoxy on this Pathfinder behind me, and I hate it. Apparently, I didn't get it thin enough, and I added extra thinner. So, yeah,
Appreciate the tips.
I don't know what to tell you on that. If it's not coming out, it could be caused from blushing. Even though the humidity was down, your temperature was pretty low. You know, I never shoot under 70 degrees. Of course, I spray in my house, so I can control it.
I spray in the garage and I get complaints from the other members of the family. Just the smell of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I've learned a tremendous amount watching, his videos. I mean, he's great.
Yep.
On this Taurus that I built, I'm building a top flight Taurus. Well, it's actually a Kazmirsky Taurus from the early 60s. I don't know if anybody knows. It's a early pattern plane.
Yeah.
And some of the techniques that he showed, I used on that. And I had to say, like, the whole turtle deck of the plane, the original design is a big solid piece of wood. So instead of doing that, I tried the molding where I made a foam template out of foam, and then I molded just
Yeah.
I think 3/16 balsa.
Very nice.
Put it on. It really worked good. It saved a lot of weight too.
Very nice. Very nice idea.
That's
Yeah.
why I painted or molded my Tony. The nose, turtle deck, and belly is all done the same way you did yours.
So this part of the plane here. This part here now. This was supposed to be solid block. I don't know if
A
you
little
can
bit
see
higher,
it.
Fred. There we go. There
From
we go.
here
Thank you.
to here. So now instead I used that technique, and I think it saved quite a bit of weight on it.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet you did.
Definitely.
Saved a bunch of weight.
Is that Taurus an RC plane?
That's radio control, yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Pattern shit.
Not done
So
yet.
Do you have a nice, bright, shiny Canby 45 green head for it?
I got a KNB 60, actually.
I like those odds better. So
Very
I was
nice.
talking to a lot of guys in our club, a guy that built one, and it was typically a tail heavy plane because of the
Yeah.
short nose, long tail on it.
yeah. So do you fly in the what do I call it, the nostalgia pattern or something like that?
I've never flown in them. I'm planning on trying to do that this year.
Yeah, Taurus
I'm in
would
the
be
club.
a
I don't know
terrific
if you-
airplane for it. So yeah.
I can't wait. Well, my favorite is Chaos, but I do like I've always wanted to build a Taurus.
Yeah, well, the Chaoses fly like crazy, but the Taurus is for their time. The Taurus wasn't it a world champion?
Yeah, 1962.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I had a Taurus.
I got the
Excellent airplane.
I really like the fin on it, though, that big sweeping fin.
Yeah, I'll show you. Hang on.
What does the wing look like on that airplane? Does it got a similar to a Delta wing? Does it drape back?
Actually, the wing and the tail are normal, fairly normal straight surfaces and all. There we go.
That's what I'm modeling the finish after. But the fin is the
Oh,
fin.
wow.
Yeah.
It's got a straight leading edge, then it's not
Yeah.
swept.
Look at that.
Oh, look at the size of that
Wow,
tail.
beautiful. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. That's a heck of a project you got going there.
I got a lot of them going. Yeah.
man.
But that one I'm just using monocoat on.
So do we have any solution for Fred with that finish? Is there anything you can do about it?
Well, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to let it dry another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to try to polish it and then just see how it comes out. And then I'll come back on and show it to you.
All right. Yeah,
My
all those
goal one day is to get a finish that, would be presentable at a contest. And I'm not there yet, but
I would worry more about getting it up in the air and fly it than finishing right now at this stage. I mean, you're gonna crash it, probably smash it and stuff like that. So
I have plans for that.
Okay.
very good. Let me see. Let me start with Stuart or get back to Stuart. Hey, Stuart, thanks for coming in. What you got in your hand there? What's going on there?
Yeah, this is a wing Len gave me, and it's got foam on the inside. It's
All right.
hollowed out, but it's got foam layers on the inside.
Very nice.
I cleaned up the oil with a heat gun, kind of scraped it off and cleaned the old covering off. Is there anything else besides dope you can use to seal this? It's got a bit of oil on it, so I didn't know. It's not real bad because I cleaned it up pretty good. Was there anything besides dope you can use? Because if I put dope on this, it could bleed through into the foam, I think. So I don't know. Is there any other
Okay,
product?
first, normally on a foam core wing, you can put a regular dope finish on it without it destroying the foam. All right, that's okay. The oil is a bit of a problematic thing. I don't have any silver bullets for you on that, but
Well, the dope will help seal it though, right? A bit.
oh yeah.
I think we're gonna put
What about
monocoat
K2R?
on it.
That's what I was thinking, Steve. There's a product called K2R.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if it's been reformulated.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Listen, can I say something?
Let me finish. Hang on. I've had success using K2R. Okay, I spray it on there, let it dry, and I vacuum it off, and I do 2 or 3 layers, and the balsa wood is turned white as snow, no oil.
yeah, I tried to get that here, and in the States, I think it's about $10 a can. Here, it's
About-
like $40.
10 years ago, K2R changed their formula. And it's got acetone in it now. So you gotta be careful what you spray it on. What I do is I take some cornstarch and alcohol,
Yeah, that's
Make it-
right. Cornstarch and alcohol. There you go.
make a slurry, and then brush it on and let it dry for a day or so, and then vacuum it off.
Yep.
Yeah, I've used cornstarch as well, and used that as well. That works good too.
Okay,
That's what I'm trying to say.
And even like what's that thing that it's used in plants? It's a powder. It's a really fine dust powder that also wicks out the oil. I can't remember what it's called. Dematris. It escapes me, but it's a really fine dust, and it wicks out the oil too. You just
I
wick
guess you
it out.
can't. So you just put mix it into like a paste almost, with the alcohol.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can brush it on,
okay,
brush out where the oil is, and go off and do your income taxes or something, and come back a day or two later.
okay.
And you'll see where some of it's soaked into the cornstarch if there's enough oil in there.
Yep.
And then just
vacuum it out. Take a vacuum cleaner with a brush on the end of it.
Yep. Okay.
And vacuum it off.
Wipe it up and put some more down if it's still wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try that, and then I'll put the dope on to kind of seal it enough, and I think it'll come out okay because I had the same kind of problem, and I didn't have anything. I didn't know what the solutions was, but I kind of heard a thing about using. Well, I used heated up cat litter,
Starch and alcohol, bro.
put it on. But I'm gonna try the starch deal. Sounds good to me.
But
So-
I
Don't
used to
cost
use,
no money. Don't cost
I
no
used to
money.
use
either.
K2R all the time. And then one day I sprayed it on my T-Bird and the finish started to crinkle.
Oh, geez.
Oh my God. So I looked up their material data sheet and I saw it had acetone in it.
Mm.
Well, I won't be using that. I was going to get some of that because I've heard that it was good, but
Well, if you can spray it on something that the acetone doesn't affect, it works great for soaking up oil. But if you have a dope finish, it'll be bad news.
so all right. Well, that sounds good. Actually, Tran, I was going to ask him a question too. For the electric planes, what timer are you using?
I like the. I mean, I've used the Igor. I've used the Fiorotti active timer. I also use the what do you call it? The one from CL Timer. The
Climb and
it's
dive.
I'm gonna find it in a second. If you give me,
Which one do you find the best to use? Like,
depends on the application.
oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what I got. A second.
Climb and dive.
Yeah.
This is just a foam wing plane, and I got a Cobra. It's a Cobra 1330 kV. So I want to get this thing running, and I'm going to hopefully use this to teach my grandkids how to fly. So what I want to be able to do is actually set the timer for like 3 minutes or something, so they do at the start, they don't get too dizzy, and try and make it easy.
Out of everything that I've used so far, and for the application that you have, I think just use the climb and dive timer.
Climb
What
and
do
is
you-
that the name of it? Climb and dive?
Yes.
Honestly, I
Okay.
think the climb and dive you actually have to assemble and everything like that. You could get the Brodak FMOC timer. It's a it'll let you do a flight duration from 1:45 to 6 minutes. It'll let you set the throttle speed to whatever you need, and you can use a simple ESC with it. And since basically you're going to be flying level laps and everything like that, it would be more than enough for it. So
Watch out.
everything
Is that the
Tryon
standard?
suggested is good stuff, but it's beyond, frankly, the mission of the airplane that you have there.
Okay, well,
And
that's what I was wondering too. I wanted something simple. So you got an M
Is that the
or
FM9?
FMOC?
FMOC, it is the part number is BH 1869.
BH 1869.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then they have a I think the 30 amp ESC, all soldered up, ready to use.
Oh, it's got I got an ESC already for this, but
Oh, do you? Okay, so you won't need that. Then yeah, but all you'll need is that timer will work, should work.
you can buy the timer by itself.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I might just look at the other ones just on the internet or try and find some information. I just want to get to know a bit about them. But that sounds good because I wanted something simple. So
Does this mean you're not going to be using the fuel tank I sent you?
yeah. Sorry. Still part owner.
All right.
So yep. Well, I think that'll be good for my grandkids. They're only 5, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
Stuart, wasn't we helping you with a Pathfinder here a few months back?
Yeah, we were talking about the flaps and everything then at that point. And I did adjust the flaps or something at that point. That was last fall.
Yeah.
So
I've got the new one sitting behind me.
geez.
Pathfinder.
I can always do a good one. You can fly it up here. So that looks nice.
Gordon, you want to show us the Pathfinder? We got a good crowd now.
All right.
That looks nice.
It's Yaller.
Very sharp.
Oh, wow. That
Looks
looks good.
good.
Yeah, they even broke down, painted the gas tank.
Oh, very good.
So this got a Stalker 51 in it.
Perfect. Oh,
That's
that's
gorgeous.
awesome.
That's beautiful.
That looks nice.
That'll work amazing with that motor.
Sure will.
Oh, I've test run it and it runs awesome.
Is that paint or is that a plastic film? I can't tell.
The wing and tail is monocoat, and the fuselage is dope finish.
Very nice.
Then I went and sprayed,
Yeah.
made the mistake of spraying the KMB epoxy over the top. And that's when it turned to a mess.
Really? Doesn't look like a mess. Looks good.
Yeah, it looks nice.
No, thank you. It came
Nice
out
job, Gordon.
48.6 ounces.
Yeah,
How many?
That sounds really good too.
48.6. And that's 640 squares.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
That should be good.
That airplane will fly like a kite.
Now, the last one flew like kite, it was 45 ounces.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it flew really well. And when I built it, I was shooting for 48 ounces and ended up at 45.
Very
And
nice.
I didn't even put it, I just started picking out some wood and hopefully it came out around 48. 48 is a good weight for the airplane,
Mm-hmm.
especially
For
at
sure.
our altitude. So it'll fly fine if I can get somebody to fly it for me.
What modifications are done to that, Gordon?
Say what?
What modification is that, a Brodak kit or is that just a scratch built?
No, this is scratch built for my own plans.
Okay. Okay. So is it different than the Brodak kit or basically the same?
No, it's different.
Okay.
The leading edge is on the Brodak, they just glue a cap on the front of the ribs and then you shape it. On
Okay.
this one, it has 1/8 by 1/4 that slides into the rib, and then I use a molded leading edge.
Oh, nice. Okay.
You know, it's kind of extra work for a profile, but
That's all right. It's
nice
good.
leading edge.
For sure.
Makes a better wing.
At the trailing edge where the flaps connect, I fattened that. It used to be 1/4 inch, and I moved it to 5/16 so I can use a thicker flap. For some reason, I cannot make a 1/4 inch train edge, you know, with the sheen over it, come out straight. They'll look straight on the bench, take it off a day later, they got a little booty in it.
The humpy.
The
Yeah.
last two, I've thickened it up and it stays straight now.
Okay. Cool.
Plus, with the thicker flap, you not need to worry about your flap horn ever coming out. You know, I use the plywood
Yeah. True. Okay.
tips on the end. So,
Very good.
thank you.
I think Mark Gerber came in after Fred, if I'm not mistaken. But go ahead, Mark. Let me know what's been happening with you. I saw you. Was you putting a heat pad on your right shoulder? What was you doing?
Oh, yeah. I fell down before Christmas and whacked it really good. And I've been doing physical therapy for it.
Yeah.
Heat makes it feel good. So
very good. You've been making progress on your Bearcat?
a little bit. I've got like last week last show I had the wing all done. The ribs.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And let's see if I can. So I'm getting ready to put the sheeting on. Before I do that, I had to cut out the slots in the holes where the landing gear mounts into the bottom. I just sheeted over the whole thing. And I put these little buttons in here. These are basswood. To keep from squishing the balsa wood down when you put the straps on it. I make these out of these little, I drill a hole, I clamp the piece into the drill press, I drill a center hole. I take the bit out, I've got a 1/4-inch plug cutter, and then I just cut the whole thing out. I got a nice little plug like that.
Cool.
Very good technique. I was wondering how you keep the hole centered when you're going through the end grain, but because you did a plug cutter, you're not dealing with the end grain. That's
yeah, as long as you keep it in the drill press clamped down, it'll make you a really nice symmetric donut.
nice. That's slick.
And here's the landing gear for my Bearcat #1 that I'm going to reuse.
All right.
Perfect.
So there.
Why not?
Now progress is going to be slow now because I'm going to be going on vacation here a week from Thursday. I'm going to Florida for a week. And before I go there, I've got to get everything ready for VSC because as soon as I get back from Florida, I'm going to VSC. And then I'm going to be in VSC a week. And as soon as I get back from VSC, I'm going to go to Steamboat Springs for a week of skiing.
Busy.
And after that, I'll be back to building again. So I've also got to do my income taxes. So
I noticed you did the same thing I did there, Mark. The
what's that?
landing gear out of my old Pathfinder is in my new one.
Okay.
Saves a little extra bending and bit.
Now there are a number of parts of my first Bearcat that survived the crash, landing gear being one of them. So there's no sense in building another set.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I've gone to one strap, to the two straps.
Yeah, you might be able to get away with that.
Well, the last couple of airplanes done, I just do with one strap, just put it in the middle. And to me, the straps are only there to stop the gear from falling off.
Right. They don't do much other than hold it in there.
Saves you a tiny bit of weight, an extra strap, 2 extra screws.
Anyway, that's what I've been up to, Charles.
Hey, very good. Thanks for sharing. I don't have the order because I didn't make any notes, so I'm just guessing. I think it was Tryon came in next, I think, or close to next. How you doing, Tryon?
I'm doing fine.
What you been up to?
Other than continuing to teach my kids at the school how to build frames, not much. I have one of my boy befriended one of our neighbors. He loves building for some reason, and it's pretty exciting. And that's about it. Other than that, I'm kind of dragging my feet.
What's happening with your that guy you was helping? And you did the what's that plane? The I know Peter is building one. You finished it.
He's
Saginaw.
Saginaw.
Yeah,
Yes.
He's pretty busy because he does performance gymnastics and stuff like that, and he's got so many extracurricular activities. He's got basically zero time to do just about anything. We went out flying not too long ago, just for the fun of it. I got him inverted.
Oh, good.
So I'm not gonna leave him. I gave him a taste of it anyway. We flew a few laps with me, coaching him, being right there with him with my hand, and so that's how far we got so far. So yeah.
Very good.
Basically, I didn't let him go too far before he went inverted. I allow him to do like a regular wing over and a single loop, and that's about it. Now we went inverted right away, so I don't want him to wait too much. And I told him to try to visualize, try to not make it too complicated. And actually, I met him Saturday when I went to the school teaching over there. He was in my class, and we spent quite a lot of time talking about it after that, about half an hour, 45 minutes or so. So he's going to continue to fly and improve whenever time permits, and our schedule is going to clear up. Other than that, I think it looks like my boy and his friend here, they are going to start to build the vector profile that we got from Morris, and hopefully they're going to build it together. So it's going to be the two of them, and then I'm going to have my profile airplane plus my vector and whatever else, and seems like we might even, God willing, we're going to have the three of us going out and flying together. So I'm going to have a full crew.
Very good.
Yeah,
Very
I don't know how many might come from the school as well. So, we hope for the best. So I think I have a twister kit. So once I'm happy with their progress and stuff like that, I'm gonna put them as a group project to build a twister, and uh, and after that maybe do like a RC glider,
Mhm.
like one of those. What was that? F1? No, F3F. I think it is called. It's an RES event where it's a rudder elevator spoiler, and you have to the primary material for the glider will be wood. So the idea was that to make like class that's relatively inexpensive, where people can go in there and have fun, and um, uh, it's half and half. I'd say a builders contest because most of them build their own gliders, and they're very nice. They fly good, and so
You say it's
that's
a
all.
bunch of kids? You ought to get them into hand towing the glider. Bet they'd be good
Yes,
at
that
that.
we will definitely do that. We are doing free flight right now, and right now what they are doing, they're building frames, and I got them like with a simple rectangular frame with a cross, and then
Mm.
a rectangular frame on one side with a arch on a leading edge. So I tried to trick them there, and I said, "Yeah, try to bend it." So they tried to bend it, that would break. The stick would break. I said, "Yep, I know it's gonna break." And then I send them out. Hey, go to the bathroom, listen to the water, and soak it real good. When they came back,
Excellent.
they go, "Oh, so this is how we do with the wood." So I'm trying to teach them basic techniques before they even do anything else. So I
That's
teach them
great
how to
work.
put the frame, to put them on a board, to pin them in place, and uh, build the frame. And on the last class, I was teaching them how to cover it.
So how did you get this class going? How'd you get this whole thing started?
Well, actually, it got started with my Russian friend. The boy that you're talking about,
Uh-huh.
Sava, and uh, his mom is teaching like a Sunday school, Saturday Sunday school. It's extra curriculum activities, right? Where kids go over there to learn how to paint, to draw, do extra math, extra music classes. They have all kinds of different classes, right?
Right.
And she said, "Why don't you teach our kids over there?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. Let's see what turns out." So I went over there, and I have like 6 children.
How many kids?
Hmm?
How many?
6.
6? This
Yeah,
is on weekends or this is right after school?
it's weekends.
Oh, that is very cool. That's something maybe we should try to do at schools.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're probably weekend schools. These are weekend schools. They're not school during the weeks, and they're, for, you know, credits and stuff like that. It's mostly some parents bring them over the weekends on those special schools, and they do different things. I mean, I think they have like an engineering class, architecture class, robotics, We do all kind of technical applications. They had an architecture class, so they have all kinds of stuff over there, and the kids just go over there and have some fun with it.
Very
Yeah.
cool. Very good. Let me go to Steve, the original Steve Smith. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing good. I got a contest this Sunday
Oh, wow.
here in St. Louis. Yeah, we call it Isolated.
Okay.
And I did order up some ice, but it came a week early. So we actually are going to have, I think, 60-degree weather here in
Nice.
St. Louis on Sunday the 25th.
Oh, that's very cool.
No, it's not
Oh,
cool.
it's very warm.
Very
We
cold.
wanted it to be cool.
Yeah. Is that the contest that's Sparky started?
That is the contest that Sparky started. Yeah, it's around his birthday. I think when he originally started it, it was on his birthday, but moves around because we have to have it on a Sunday. But yeah, we're ready. We do all the Pampa stunt and a couple of speed events for those that like to go fast. And it's we got some folks coming in from out of town too, so looking forward to it.
Great. You might give a question or comment, Mike?
I do. Steve, your contest is next Sunday in St. Louis?
This coming Sunday, yeah, the 25th.
Just one day, Sunday only.
Just one day Sunday, yeah.
What time are you starting Sunday morning?
The usual 8:30 or so.
Okay. All right. And you're flying Pampa?
Yeah, we're doing Pampa events and a couple of speed events. We do Perky and Fox 35 Speed.
Okay. No jets?
No jets.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm just asking if you were doing sport jet.
I think they do. I think John Mall does that in May.
In May. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 day stunt event Sunday next week. I might have to make that 6 hour drive and just go have some fun next Sunday with you guys.
Oh, that'd be great, Mike. That'd be great.
All right. Is there a BOM or any of that stuff? Appearance points?
Yeah, we give appearance points if you're the builder or the model, but
okay. All right. Might be worth the drive.
Oh, great. Yeah, love to see you.
So, Steve, I mean to ask you, getting pretty excited about your Vector 40? Your Spectre or your Spectre 40?
rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it in my favorite color, which is not green. I showed my wife this evening. She's very surprised that it's being done in green because she knows I don't like green, but the green monocoat that he's using is quite bright. So I don't think I'm going to see. I don't think I'm going to have any problem seeing that airplane once it's done. And there he comes. I think he's coming in.
Oh no, that was me.
You dropped out and came back in. Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I thought maybe he'd come in tonight, but
yeah, maybe he might. It's still kind of early.
Yeah.
What time is it in St. Louis?
It is 9:50.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be going over to Stunt Hangar Central tomorrow to work on the crossfire a little more. It's slow going, but I might be done by 25. According to Bob.
Now is the Spectre 40 going to be done for this isolated contest?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
And usually when I'm CD, I don't fly anyway. You know, I'm the contest director, so I generally do not fly.
All right, so it's no big deal.
No.
Plane's not ready yet.
I'm hoping it'll be ready, and I'm sure it'll be ready for Denny's contest in Fort Wayne. I assume you're going to do that, Denny?
Oh, Denny, you're muted, Denny.
Muted.
Yeah, we just turned in our sanction for Saturday again, May 25th or 24th, I guess it is.
You're going to do 2
And
days this year?
no, just one day. We
Just the one day.
yeah, we were looking at 2 days, and because of the weekend, the Sunday, the race, the Indy 500 is on Sunday, and basically
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
vanishes around that. And the only other way we could run 2 days is to run it on a Friday and Saturday. And I figured, you know, our chances, we'd lose too many people doing it that way. And
Yeah.
so we just settled in, you know, on that weekend, we're basically locked into a 1 day contest. So we may
Okay.
have to try another route to get a second day in there. So I think we'd get more people if we could. But
Well, I think Sparky and I are planning on coming up.
oh man, that'd be great if you could.
What, Denny, since I have you on the line there, why don't you tell me what you've been up to? I know that you finished the Gypsy, and
Yeah.
so what you been up to?
That's about it. And I'm just, you know, I literally have it ready to fly now, and you know, charge batteries and go. But I'm going to forego much talk because I'm looking forward to Jim Bornhold's slideshow. Remember, he promised us some pictures last week. I'm hoping he we can give him some time for that. So
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jim, are you ready? You want to try to do the slideshow of the pictures? You got to unmute yourself too, Jim.
There, can you hear me now?
Yeah, can hear you now.
Yeah, okay. Somebody's gonna tell me how to do it because I'm not that familiar with it.
Yeah, you got to first
Screen
bring
share.
you got to
Go
bring
to
up the
screen.
slideshow first on your computer. Bring it up first, and then go down to the bottom of the Zoom meeting. There, that share screen button is green. Click on that, then you go ahead and reselect your slideshow, and then you'll be able to share it with us.
Okay, what do I go to first?
You first bring up your slideshow, and then go down to where it says share screen at the bottom center of the Zoom.
Is slideshow is that up on the same level with the share screen? Or is it down below?
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Bring up your pictures, or bring up a picture, and then go down to share screen.
Oh, okay.
Click on that, and then reselect your picture.
Okay. Okay, there's the pictures. So now, what, I go down to slideshow, you said? Hello?
I'm sorry, I was distracted at the chat. Say that one more time, Jim. I was distracted.
No, I said I got the pictures up now. What do I do next?
Go down to the bottom of the screen there, and you'll see a green share screen. Click on that.
I had that earlier, and it went away when I brought the pictures up.
And if you move your cursor around the center of the Zoom meeting down toward the bottom, it should come back up. Just move your cursor over there.
Okay.
Yeah, mine goes away too. I have to move my cursor over it, and I can see the share screen button.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's the pictures on the left, and I don't see the share screen button now. I saw it earlier.
So let's start over. So you have your pictures on your computer, right?
Yeah.
And
All
then
right.
go back to our Zoom meeting, and then at the bottom of our Zoom meeting, hit the share button, hit the share screen button.
Oh, okay, I got it now. Well, I got this. Okay, I think I got it.
After you click the share screen button, then reselect your picture.
Okay. Hmm.
There we go. That's
There
how
we
you
go.
do it.
Okay, well, this is kind of on the subject of what the gentleman was talking about on the SIG cover right. There was two of these airplanes that was in the RC Model magazine in 1975, and they were covered with SIG cover right.
Okay.
And how I finished both of them myself. How I did it was with the cover right. I just brushed on a couple of coats of clear, and then I sprayed one coat of clear and talcum powder. But of course, you can't get talcum powder anymore, so I don't know what to do for. Do you want me to make these big, or are they?
Yeah. Click
how
on
they showing up?
Click on all. We see them all. If you want to click on one, and so we can have a good look at.
Okay, all right, there it is in the big. Now it's big. Okay. Anyway, this was there was two of them. I built this one here. It was I got a ride in a. I made it after a Mustang that was at Oshkosh the year before, and so I modeled it after his Mustang, and I got a ride in his. When he saw the pictures, he was really excited. He said, "Oh, he really liked it." So I got to fly in the real one, and so anyway, this was a magazine article. I'll go for okay. This was now these airplanes they look like what you could buy today in whatever company makes it. I've seen a lot of them. And they look almost exactly the same. But how I did these airplanes was I got a scale drawing of a Mustang, and I used slide projector, and I projected the slide onto a piece of paper on the wall and drew it off of that. So they were drawn scale. The only thing different in them is that I made them to fly, more or less fly stunt, really. I thought they would fly better RC. I made a symmetrical airfoil and took out the washout on the wingtips and took out any incidents in the wing, and just made it like we would build a stunt airplane. And they both flew. Oh, okay, I got a little faster. Okay, this is a ground picture of it. And it had the one we're looking at here had a Fox 60, and it didn't run worth a crap. And then that's a friend of mine, that's Jerry. And there he is holding one of the fuselages as we were building them. He helped in and got involved in the project, and then he and his wife decided they were going to get a divorce, so that was the end of that. So I finished them up. There's the real airplane.
Hey Jim, I'm seeing the whole gallery. Can you maybe double click on an image? Maybe it'll come up individually.
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. I wanted to go back. Okay, I'll go back to it in a little bit here.
I just see the whole gallery of like 9 pictures or so.
Oh, okay. So now does that look any bigger now? Or
no, at least on my screen, all I see is the gallery of
how do I get them to?
I don't know. I was hoping that by you double clicking on it individually, it would come up big. That's what I was assuming.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't there. Okay, now is that big or little?
I don't see any change. So, but I do see like the first one, a Miss Cat Brad RC model.
Cat Brad, yeah.
That one is kind of highlighted. Have you
I
double
don't
checked
know.
it already?
I think
don't know.
he has to stop sharing and then reshare using one of the big pictures as a starting point.
All right, I'll stop screen share. Yeah, now I got the little pictures back. Let's see. I don't know how to do this. It's new share. Okay. Okay, now what's that one look like?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh, perfect. And then I just dumped it. Okay, let's start again here. Is that full screen?
Yeah.
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 Very good.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. Well, anyway, we get back to what I was saying. So these airplanes were built. They're all balsa. There's no foam in them. They were scratch built off the plans that I drew, and they were finished with like I was saying. I put the SIG. What do you call that stuff? SIG. We were just
Cover
talking
right?
about it. Yeah, cover right.
Right?
Yeah, both of them are done with cover right, and there's two of them. I'll get to the next one in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, are they still big pictures?
Yeah, they're so big.
Okay, all right. That's just a ground picture of it. And all these decals on here, those are, well, like the horse, not so much the letters, but the horse and a lot of this other trim on all this thing was all done with paint.
Very
And
good.
okay, now I'll get to, let's see, there's Jerry again. That's my buddy Jerry. He like I said, he was involved and he wanted to start building one and then got a divorce. So, and there he is. There he is holding the fuselage. Did you guys get to see that one?
Yeah, we see it right now.
Okay, yeah, that's like I said, it was all balsa. That's was my workshop there. Had a bunch of posters and stuff. And there's the real Miss Cat Brat. And the owner's name was Jack Schaefer, and I just started a conversation with him, showed him the pictures of my cat brat, and he said, "Do you want to take a ride in this thing?" And I said, "Yeah."
Of course.
So yeah, so I got to ride in the real one, and there we are taking off. A friend of mine was taking some pictures. There's me in the back seat, and
Nice.
so there's a letter, a picture, and a letter that Jack Schaefer sent to me, and it says, "I wish I could do the maneuvers with mine that you can do with yours." Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So there's the plan that was in the RC modeler. That's the half of it, and there's the back half. And as you can see, even the top part, that's not foam. That's little 16th inch strips that I molded the top with 16th inch strips and then sanded it round. And okay, so there's just another construction photos. Okay, this is what brought this up. It was last week or 2 weeks ago. Somebody was talking about they never saw Bob Hoover. Well, he was a really, really nice guy, and that's my ex-wife. This picture was taken in well, it says here 74. But Bob was really friendly. I mean, he'd stand around and just talk to you as long as you wanted to talk airplanes. He'd talk with you, and he was. So anyway, so I saw him fly. Oh God, I saw him do his shows probably 7 or 8 times. There was one year up in Oshkosh, he did 3 shows. He did the first one with the Aero Commander, and then about a half hour later, he did the Mustang show, and then about a half hour after that show, he did the F-86 jet. And he was just amazing. I mean, the guy was just, but I saw him fly a bunch of times. But anyway, there's my other one. This
nice.
this one I made off of Old Yeller, which is what he called his Rockwell Mustang, and let's see, these were all painted, spray painted with automobile acrylic lacquer, and I don't know if it's because I had no trouble at all filling up the SIG cover right. It is pretty heavy. When I happened to run this one into the ground, I thought, well, it doesn't look like it's hurt too bad. So I went and picked it up. It was just a big bag of balsa parts, because all that SIG coverite just held everything together, but it was all inside. It was like it was just a bunch of parts. There's just another view of it. It's not a very good picture, but that's another view of it.
Very nice.
And there's another view of it, and there's the.
Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah. When I looked at it, I thought, oh, it don't look too bad. I can put that back together and everything. Well, then when I picked up the wing was just nothing but balsa parts. So,
wow.
Yeah, well, it's one of the hazards of flying over a cornfield. The field where we flew at, in the summertime, the farmer to the east of us would put corn. And if you were very far out and you had an engine failure or you screwed up, you ended up in the corn. And a lot of that's just damage from the corn stalks. It really didn't hit that hard, but there's another picture of it. And but see, you can see the finish on it. I think I only put
nice.
I think I only put one coat of clear. You know, they come out both of them come out under 7 pounds. So I didn't put a lot of paint on them, but I did do a lot of sanding and a lot of polishing. Charlie Mackey years ago told me, when I was trying to get a finish, he told me it's not how much paint you put on it, it's how much you take off.
Right.
And so I've always lived by that motto. And so, like I said, I didn't have any trouble with covering the SIG. It covered really good, and it's so strong. You know, it was just I don't think in today's world I could even duplicate these airplanes. It's just now you can just get on the internet and order one that looks just like it, and you know, 5 days later it's at your front door. So you know. But anyway, so I just want to show these two airplanes. I know they're not control line, but the two things made me think about it. That was one talking about Bob Hoover, and then tonight the gentleman talking about the SIG. Oh, and this is another one I built. This had SIG on it also. This was now this was a kit. This was Top Flight Air Cobra.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was a good airplane. It was nice. Anyway, that's the end. So I'm done.
Those props are pretty neat, and the spinners are neat too. What kind of props are those?
Those were just 11 fives or something that I actually, you know, notched them together, because you couldn't get a 4-blade prop in those days. But I notched them together and then balanced them. And they always held up all right. They never gave out. So the only thing that ruined the props was hitting the ground.
Now, what about the spinner? What kind of spinner is that?
Oh, it was a 3.5 or 4 inch, one of those plastic spinners, if I remember right. It was plastic, I think. But yeah, anyway, this was a nice flying airplane. It was, like I said, it was a Top Flight kit, and it really went together really pretty well. I didn't have to do a whole lot of changing or anything to it. I liked the way it went together.
Very nice.
Yeah, that one.
I imagine you took a 2-hole spinner and made it a 4-hole spinner. Is that what you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I just took exactly. I took a 2-hole spinner and just carved out for the other 2 blades. Right.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's so that was the extent of I think that was the last of the airplanes I built in 1975. So it's been a while. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna turn this thing off. So what,
All right,
what
thank you very much for sharing, Jim. That's pretty
okay.
cool.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Bye-bye. I mean, not bye-bye. I'm just going to take off the.
All right.
Good job.
Stop share. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Let me catch up in the chat box. I haven't even caught up. Let me see here. Last I read was Minnesota Mike. He says, can't fly in any park or school in Clovis or Fresno. And I'm sorry to hear that, Minnesota Mike. I know that's kind of the way the world is. And then Dennis Adamison, who's a member of our YouTube channel. He gave us a like. Thank you, Dennis. And then Jonathan Karatis, who's also a member of our YouTube channel. He says, hi, you guys from Kiwi Land, just watching and listening with one. He did, and he carried out all the A's. That's where he wrote it. And with one eye and half an ear, like a combat meeting around here today, and breakaways all over the place. Nice job.
That's right.
Nice, Gordon, he said. And then Marcel Legrand says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. I hope everyone is well. Thank you very much, Marcel. And then Philip Bailey, he gave us a like. Thank you, Philip. And then Ara, he said, if there's time, could try and show us a simple diagram of his compound bell crank. Mainly where the secondary crank is attached, the actual unit is difficult to figure out on the screen. And Tryon, you wanted to show me something else. He was holding up some what were those? They were colorful. And you're muted, by the way.
Hey Charles, I got a question.
Yeah.
Where do you do the like at? I don't see it on my screen.
Yeah, and in the Zoom meeting is not a like. You'd have to get another tab, but make sure you mute the other tab and then watch it on YouTube and then give us a like or use your phone. You can go to the YouTube channel on your phone. That's how Philip Bailey does. He uses his phone.
Okay. All right.
While he's on here.
I'm going to back out then, and I'll come back on.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. So,
make me big, Charles.
I'll make you big. Let me see here. There we go.
So I just want to share like what we do with them. This is like the first frame we do. It's a simple.
Right, just kind of showing
frame,
the building.
and then we cover it. I challenge them to make like through colors, so have some joints in the colors and stuff like that. Other than this little mess up here, it looks really good. I mean, this kid is very talented. So we start here with this one, then we make this frame here, and this is another kid that decided to do colors like this. So really good job. And this is the last one. So as you can see, like we try to change the level of difficulty. I'm not sure if you can see it.
I can see it. Now, is that tissue doped, or is this just tissue with just water and it dried, or what?
Tissue with water and dried, yeah.
Okay.
I don't really want to do dope inside there, right? In a classroom in a school, so it's not. I still have to figure out how am I gonna fix that part. I might take the parts at home and just spray them all myself, and maybe put on a little video and send it to them, and that's that.
That's a good idea.
I can make a diagram for the question, and I can do a solid model with a system that I have here, and just like do that.
Okay. Stuart, do you have a question or comment?
Word, if he's not done, let him finish.
Okay.
You done? Or...
He's going to draw a
I'm done.
diagram of the bell crank, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's going to draw. So go ahead, Stuart.
Oh, okay. Basically, I just wanted to check on, is it PAMPA that looks after the scheduling for the Nats then, Mark?
Yes.
Okay. So I can just go on the PAMPA site and find that, the scheduling?
It should be on there, but I'll tell you what, I'll get it to you. I'll look in the morning and see if it's there or not.
Okay.
I'll tell you where I'm sure you could get it is on the AMA site.
Okay. I kind of looked on it briefly, but I couldn't find it offhand, but I can go back to that.
And the AMA side is kind of difficult to navigate.
Yeah,
it is. It is.
Okay. When Brodax, Denny, you might know about that with the scheduling there. Just offhand, is it on their website?
Not yet.
Yeah, it is. It's the typical
there now?
week that ends, I guess, the day before Father's Day in June.
Do they have it? I want to look up the schedule to see what
It's there. It's there.
Okay. I'll look up it then too. Okay, that's all I need to know. Thanks.
Yeah, you can always ask the co-CD. That'd be me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I want to find out what events are at what time. That's what I want to check
It's
on.
there. It's there.
Okay.
Hey, Charles, can I just talk for a minute?
Yeah, I was thinking, go ahead.
Okay, if you got someone in front of me, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mark. I was thinking about you, actually.
Okay. I just wanted to update a couple of things. One, I have a confidant within AMA, and I understand that they've ordered a special built coffin for me that'll have the logo on the top and two lines coming out the side like a control line. And I just can't tell them how appreciative I am of that. But I did tell them that build it for two, because if I'm going down, I'm taking one of them with me. So
they're going to fly into the dirt?
Yes, yes. You'll all be, well, I shouldn't say y'all, excuse me. If you're a PAMPA member, you're going to get an email from me maybe tomorrow, probably be Wednesday or Thursday. And the email is all about the 4 new committees that we just got chairman for each of the 4. We have 3 working right now. Steve Smith's doing a great job on our judging committee. Joe Daly on the Northeast Regional Committee. Jim Barry on the Planning Committee. And the 4 that were launched, if I can remember them, one of them is a Nats committee, but it's not a Nats committee to help John run the Nats this year. It's a committee really designed to take some of the anxiety out of the planning of the Nats and help the contest director long before the contest. And it's also to line up potential event directors, just to get some of the craziness out of it. We have a communications committee that's led by, let's see, Matt Colon, I think. And that's just a way of coordinating the Facebook page, the newsletter, and the website, and modernizing the website, among other things. What are the other 2? There are 2 others. Competitions committee, so we can do more at the local level. You know, help with awards, help with planning, help with announcements, and determine. And I know Steve and I have talked about this. Determine where other regional events could be. You know, I've been told by a lot of people that a lot of local ones are drying up. So regionals makes a lot of sense to me. And the reason this is going out to everybody is, 1, for your information, but 2, we promised the committee chairs that they wouldn't be doing all the work, thus the committee. So and what it really means to be on a committee is to say that you're going to give the committee, I don't know, 3 hours a month. That'd be a close number. Generally a Zoom meeting.
There may be a little homework between, but this is not a part-time job. It's a way to get the best heads together and come up with the best solutions for what we need. You know, and being president, you know, I can't worry too much about today. You know, that should have been done last year. You know, the Nats is going to be fine. The Worlds is going to be fine. What about next year? You know, well, what about 2 years down the road? And what are we going to be doing? And so I get involved with every committee, but not as the steering wheel, just as someone needs to know what everyone's doing. So we're not running into dead ends or one-way streets. Make sure each committee is supporting the other. And we're doing this after seeing what David Lindsay has done with the National Free Flight Association. Very bright guy, very active, has taken a failing organization and make it, I don't know, 1,600 members. So we're basically trying to do what he has done, you know, our own way, but the committee makes a lot of sense. So if some of you would volunteer, we'd greatly appreciate that. Not a lot of new things are going to be done between now and the Nats because, you know, we run the Nats and we don't want to push away any pilots or people who are volunteering. So a lot of good things going on. It's all positive. Getting the 4 to volunteer. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but the guys came through, and all of them are just top level people. Competition committee. No, I guess that's Joe Daly doing the competition committee. But we really have some pretty good guys doing it. It was interesting during the call. I swear some of them lowered the lights in their screen so I could barely see them. And finally, and I might as well share this with you because it was kind of funny in a way. We were just about at the hour point, and I still had 2 or 3 openings. And I finally said to the guys, I said, well, look, if you were me, what would you do at this point? How would you handle this? And it got really quiet. So I said, well, look, if no one volunteers, you need to know that these committees are going to happen. And if you have someone in front of you leading an organization and runs into problems and it just collapses the program because he doesn't want to be bothered with it, you don't have a leader. So I'm just telling you, we're going to have these committees. You know, if my son has to be on them, you know, this is important to the future of control line stunt. So a couple of minutes later, we had 4. So I don't know if that was my remarks or they're getting tired of being on the program. But very I'm proud of the guys. At the end of the year, we're going to announce 2 more committees. That'll bring it to about 10. And I don't think I can handle more than that. Right now, it's 2 to 4 Zoom meetings a week, and that's okay with me. So, you know, if you want things to happen, you got to make things happen. And that's what we're doing. So please be a PAMPA member. Please earn your keep. You know, we have 300 and something volunteers, and, you know, that's the way it has to be. We don't have enough money to hire people. So if you want to know the future of PAMPA, look in the mirror. You'll see. Okay. Thanks, Charles.
Are you welcome? Hey, Gary, let me say hi to you, Gary. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good.
What's been up to?
Pretty good. Just taking care of the house.
All right. All right.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if the guy over he's on here, and he
what are you talking about?
Kalen? What's his name?
Caffeine?
Caffeine, yeah. Did he get a calendar? Did he get my calendar I sent him?
Caffeine? Did
you
get a calendar?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet, but I'll have to check to the post office.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Kathy, let me ask you. Have you made any purchases? I saw you shared with me some pictures of
Yeah,
a lion's share of ARFs. And
I was gonna.
where'd you go?
Hello, hello.
I'm
Can you
still
hear me?
here. Oh, yeah, we hear you. We don't see
Okay.
you.
Really?
I don't see you. No, I just see your name.
Yeah.
Can you see me now?
No.
Nope.
Now,
I'll try to
now I
get
see
back.
you. Yeah, now we see you.
No, okay. So on last weekend, I went on vacation to Singapore, and yeah, it's actually for family vacation at first, but I know that there are some local hobby shop there that sells plenty of control and art. So let me share you this.
Yeah, pretty
Uh,
impressive.
uh-huh. How share photos, albums. So they still have plenty of not plenty, but some of the art from Brodeck and Top Flight Nobler. Like this one is they still got two Nobler, and then they also got the Factor Electric and SV11.
Yeah.
Wow.
How far is
And
Singapore?
yeah, and the crazy thing, I went there like two days in a row. The first day I only bought. On the first day I only bought an epoxy and a Z-epoxy, and then a prop, several props, and then on the second day I asked my wife, what why don't we go back there, back to that shop again? I want to see some things, and then here we are.
Oh, you got a Nobler and what's the one in
Nobler.
the middle?
In the middle is Super Clown Electric. I finally have some electric plane now, and then the on the right hand side is the Legacy. So uh it was actually my wife that insisted me to get these planes, and I didn't expect that at the beginning. So but yeah, here we are. So this is you know more planes than our luggage. And hello.
I said your wife is really nice. That's great. You went on vacation. You got 3 planes. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, and you it's the price that I can refuse. Can you take a guess how much I spend to, yeah, for these 3 planes? Can you take a guess?
I don't know, what, $500?
It was only $300 for all these 3.
Wow,
That's
that is a
outstanding.
great deal.
Yeah,
Let's go to
he
Singapore, Charles.
I need to go to Singapore. Yeah, you're right, Phil. Let's go to Singapore.
the Nobler the Nobler was only $110.
Oh wow.
Wow, some great
And
You
prices.
can't buy the balsa to build it in the States anymore for that.
And then the Super Clown was $80. No, the Super Clown was 60 if it's in USD.
Wow.
So
The
that's
Legacy,
why
the Legacy 40, or is it the big one?
it is the big one. I kind of regret to get it because it's too big
No,
for
you
me.
don't.
But yeah,
No,
but
you
I will
don't.
keep
Convert
it.
it to
I will keep it.
convert it to electric and put a 3515 in it. You'll love it. It
Yeah, I
flies
will.
great.
But I think those 3 planes will be my future projects. I will just keep it first because I still have my flying the Japanese ARF, and I'm almost finished my P40. So those 3 planes, I'm going to keep it first, especially the Super Clown Electric. It's going to be it's for my son.
Very cool. Now your son is how old? Your son is right now, like 2 years old or what?
1.5 year.
All right, very good.
So yeah, I think it's a great start. It's a great entry point for the electric with the Super Clown.
Hey, does your wife speak English, Caffeine?
Yeah, she does.
Well, Jonathan Carradas wants your wife to talk to his wife.
Hey John,
talking?
we are going to visit New Zealand in the next year, or yeah, a couple of years.
That is so cool. Thank you so much for that.
That's excellent.
Yep. So yeah, I'm happy.
I bet you are. That's like your birthday Christmas gift. At least that'd be for mine.
I'd
That'd
be
my
worried
Yep.
about you if you weren't
Christmas gift
happy.
and Father's Day all in one.
Yeah.
That's great. I haven't had given a chance for Lynn to say anything. Is Lynn still here? I don't see him, but he's muted. Let me get back to Lynn. And
There he
Yeah.
is.
Mike Wonky, do you have? Oh, there you go, Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
How you doing, Charles?
I'm
Hi,
doing
guys.
well. What's
Hi.
going on with you?
I've been working on the Nobler. I got the wing glued in today, so it's coming.
Oh, great.
I got the wing. I spent a couple of hours trying to get the alignment right and everything, and then glued it in. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll get all the tails in, and then I can put the blocks on and so forth. And hopefully, in a week or so, I'll have a Nobler in one
Very
piece.
good. Now you haven't covered it
That's-
yet, so you don't cover it until
No,
you
no,
have
no,
it
no.
one piece, right? I remember you like
That's right.
wood glue joints. You don't want any tissue in between your glue joints, so I understand that.
That's right.
And what engine you gonna put in this Gieske Nobler?
Fox 35.
Oh, cool. All traditional. All
Fox
right.
35. I'm hoping for under 40 ounces, so I'm really working at trying to keep this thing light. In fact, going just crazy trying to keep it light.
Is this a
But I
kit? Is this a green box?
no scratch built Gieske Nobler.
Even better yet. Oh, the Gieske Noble.
Yeah. So I pawed through all the best wood I could find, and it's coming out nice and light. So that's all I can say for now.
Cool.
It's
Yeah, that's good.
it's working out well for me.
What colors has Naomi chosen for the plane?
She doesn't get to choose this one. This one's going to be exactly like Bob Gieske's or close to it.
Cool deal. Yeah,
Very
cool
good. That's the red with white trim.
Yeah, it'll be red, white, and blue. And
Oh,
black.
that's right. You saw that as
That'd be
blue.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original, that's right.
That's the way mine
So I'm
is.
excited.
It'd be a nice
Fantastic.
That's
airplane.
great, Len. That's fabulous.
Thank you. So that's about all I've been working on.
I can't wait till you bring it in the house and share with us what it looks like.
Yeah, hopefully in a week or so, I'll show you when I get it all framed up and we'll see how it's coming.
All right, cool. And let me see here. Mike Lonke, do you have anything to share with us, Mike? Yeah, you're still muted. Mike, you're still muted.
Oh, sorry about that. No, I'm just working on cleaning up and getting some F2D combat motors ready for the season. That's it.
All right, well, cool. Well, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Let me see here. I guess Mark is gone. And then Philip Bailey, Mark Gerber was here earlier, but
oh shucks.
So he must have had something else to do. So Philip, what you been up to, Phil?
I'm working in the shop trying to clean up and get it ready and working on the SV11 front end, getting it everything carved to go back together. Now I've got to wait for a motor to come in, but we're getting there. We're getting there. Everything's working together finally. Just hoping for a better year this year than last year. Last year was rough. And then waiting for the weather to clear up because the weather's been, oh man, raunchy. If it's not so cold you can't stand it. The wind's blowing it's just blowing awful. So other than that, nothing much to report. Just hanging in here and hanging out and hanging on, literally.
What motor did you order for your SV11?
3515. Nasty Donkey 3515.
Okay.
Same thing, same motor that was in it.
Okay.
I'm about to drill over Gordon's plane back here, one behind him. I'm sure he showed it earlier, but I missed it.
Oh,
That's sharp.
it's Profile Pathfinder.
Yeah, but it looks like it's
Gordon.
got some. The rudder doesn't look full size.
Well, sorry to have to show this again.
I just
Yeah,
think
I'm
of it as
sorry.
exercise, Gordon. We're just keeping you in shape.
Oh, that's sharp.
That is sharp.
Yeah,
Oh
that's nice.
man,
Oh, wow.
look at this. Is that a 51?
It is a Stalker 51.
Good
Oh my
eye,
goodness.
Philip.
I've got a Tiger 51 on mine, and Lord, it pulls it.
Well,
You're gonna have plenty of power.
I thought everybody was putting 2 motors because the originals had the FB40s in them.
Yeah, I know, but
And
I
then
picked mine up. I picked mine up and said, I don't think so. It was heavy, but man, it flies good with a 51. That thing flies as solid as anything I've got with a 51 in it. I just can't believe how that Hershey bar wing works as good as it does.
Why not?
I don't know. You hit on something with that airplane. That's a really good airplane.
Well, it's
But I
also
like
different airfoil. You
that's
know,
a different.
this here
That
had
was different.
from the spar to the train edge is a straight line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like mine, and it really works nice. And I built the new one, the one John drew up. That's not Hershey bar. You know, it's the tapered wing. I haven't got it flying yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be film covered too, I think. It wasn't going to be, but I think it's going to be now since I bought the film.
Was this
But
Miller's airplane?
do what?
Was this the one John Miller flew at the Nats?
No. It's got the same airfoil, but it's built up. It's not the it's a conventional wing. It's like that one. It's got spars in it and conventional spars in it. No, it's not the where you put it on the center sheet and twist it to get them straight. It's not that one. It's a conventional sheeted leading edge D2 wing. But I think it's going to be pretty good when it's looking pretty neat so far. The wing's done. The flaps aren't built yet, but everything else is done to the wing. And the fuselage I built, well, anyway, we had a little miscalculation in the fuselage, and I built it to hold that wing, not the tapered wing. So yeah, it's a little too small. But rather than cut it and splice it and all that stuff and count on nothing letting go, I decided to build a new fuselage. I'll build another Hershey bar sooner or later and put it together. But mine is electric. The new one is electric. My old one is a Tiger 51, but the new one is electric. And it's a 2826.
Yeah, Roger Kramer's got a Tiger 46 and the other one's electric.
Yeah.
And the front end on that electric's the prettiest profile I've ever seen. He has cheek cowls on both sides. They're and he's
be neat.
Air intakes in the front and exit out the back.
Yeah.
And it only takes him the flick of the finger and the cover's off, and he can pull the battery out, put a new battery in it. And you know, I've flown both those airplanes several times. And other than the noise, I can't tell them apart.
Wow. Well, that was what amazed me. I flew a plane down at Triple Tree last year that the guy had two of. And he says, I want you to fly the two of them, and I want you to tell me the difference. And Mark probably remembers the guy in the airplane. I don't. I can't remember his name, and I can't even remember what kind of airplane it was now. My memory is just not what it used to be. I've got his name written down. I've got pictures of him and the planes. But anyhow, we flew them, and like you say, other than the noise, I couldn't tell a big difference. But I really enjoyed the electric because he had a reverse pitch prop on there, and it just flew so darn well. I just couldn't believe it. just a whole lot of fun.
And you don't have to wipe oil off.
That's it. You don't have to worry about vibration cracks and crap, So I just said, why not? My wife keeps getting after me because she said, you said you was going electric, but you keep building planes that got motors in them. I said, honey, I've got 5 started, mostly built. 4, honestly, that are all he needs covering. And they're built with motors. So what do I do? I mean, you can't just go out with electric. And I'm not going to go tear them apart and modify them to electric now. So, especially that daggum Colossus. Oh no, it's going to have a 61 double star in the front of it. And it's just too hard to modify them. But got some nice planes. The BBQB is the one I would really like to convert to electric and put a big spinner on the front of it, Bearcat, but it's going to be a 72 4-stroke. That one I worked with, Al Rabe worked with me a lot, helping me get the parts together and get everything and get that plane. I told you, I've got Al's own motor, so I'm going to put it in it. Go ahead, Tran.
Actually,
how are you?
Let me interrupt. Hang on a second. Steve, the original Steve Smith in St. Louis has a question for Mike or a comment for Mike Lonke.
Yeah, I just wanted to let Mike and everyone else know that in addition to Pampa Stunt, we'll also have Profile Stunt on Sunday here in St. Louis at Isolated. And I'm gonna drop out for now. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, thanks for coming in, Steve. Steve, I appreciate it.
Take care, Steve.
I'm leaving too.
Thanks, Steve.
Night.
Oh, heck.
Tuesday.
Right.
Did I interrupt? I interrupted somebody. Who was it? Was it you, Tryon? Who was it? Oh, it's you, Gordon? Go ahead, Gordon.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask him how far along Phil was on his Colossus.
It needs covering. Needs final sanding and covering.
Yeah, I have a Super Tiger 51, the modern one in my Colossus.
Yeah, I saw yours, and I even called you to ask about your extra kit. I wanted that kit bad. I even bought plans and started building one, and then when I got this one, everything just worked out.
Yes, I have a kit.
Yeah. I know. I tried to buy it. Rascal.
Well, John Miller bought it for me, and I just
okay.
Hard to sell it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
How's John doing? Have you talked to him?
Yeah, he's been down sick for about a week.
Oh, Lord.
He was in there for a little while. I don't know if he had computer problems, but I saw him earlier, but couldn't get him to the rotation. We had other people ahead of him.
How about Keith? Has anybody heard from him?
I was going to ask Mark Gerber about that. Because I don't know. I don't know why Keith hasn't been coming in.
I'd like to talk to Keith, see how he's doing. And the other one, Mark, have you heard from Bob Hunt? How's he doing? I heard he's down with his back and having a lot of trouble, but
yeah, he's getting some relief from, of all places, a chiropractor. But when he went to some specialists, they actually described the surgery he would need, and it's so extensive and so long in rehab that they didn't recommend it. They said find a good chiropractor, and so he has good days and bad days, but he is going to be helping me and helping Pampa on these committees. And he's a very close friend. I talk to him all the time, and he's a little disappointed that his flying days may be over. But his love of the sport is as strong as ever. So,
that's good.
Yeah.
Tell the old buzzard if he needs some help with something we can help with, holler. All
I
he
will.
gotta do is call. I owe him a lot. He's helped me a lot over the years.
I will. Thanks, Phil.
Anytime.
Hey Phil, if you need any parts for that Tiger 51, I've got a complete Tiger 51 plus a bunch of extra parts that I'll never use. So
I'd love to have them. I've got two. I have two of the cylinder piston sets for the I can't call his name right now, but the guy from Australia. And
Brian Gardner.
Brian Gardner, and I have 2 motors around here somewhere. But where? I started cleaning up the shop and things walk away. So,
well,
I don't.
I'm the same way. I'm gonna have to dig my way into the cabinet and find it. But if you want those parts, I'll send them to you. Yeah, I don't.
I'd love to have them. I'd love to
Yeah.
have a Brian Gardner kit to a Tiger 60 if anybody knows of one that nobody's using. But I've had 2 that I was going to get and didn't get either one of them.
You'd like to have
So
what?
anyway,
What do you like to have?
Brian Gardner Super Tiger 60
Oh.
kits too. I fly several different motors. I'm still flying I flew an 81. My wife and I went out and flew not an 81, a 76 the other day. It still flies, although I didn't have enough fuel, but for 2 flights, a 0 nitro airplane. And then we flew, that was a month ago now, but that's about the last time I went flying. Then still flying 40s and 46s and a couple of 60s. I've got a 72 airplane coming. I thought I would take a 4-stroke 72 outside and put a club on it that they call a propeller. I'm using the one that Al Raby told me to put on it. Let me tell you, if you don't have experience starting a 4-stroke, wear a glove. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah.
Al said he liked to use the electric starter for that. Didn't want to do the 4 strokes with his hand.
Well, I did. That's what I ended up doing, and I got hit one time and decided I'd go get the electric starter, and it worked.
Yeah.
I had to pull everything over close enough to my truck that I could use the battery off the truck, because the other starter that's got the battery on the bottom of it, the battery just didn't have enough oomph in it to turn that thing over. But man, that thing sounds good when it runs. Good gracious.
They do sound nice.
Yeah, they do sound good. Yeah.
So Phil, you know the engines you can't find? I looked for
What's
months for one of my engines and I couldn't find the darn thing anywhere in my shop. And
Mhm.
finally I was rearranging my airplanes on the rack. There the damn thing was bolted onto the nose of an airplane.
Yeah, I wish that would be my problem. The 2 that I'm missing, one's an Air Tiger 36, and the other one, and well, there are 2 51s, but I bought them both on eBay. Just they say they're parts motors, but they said the crank and the case were good. Well, I've got everything else, so, or I'm supposed to have everything else. So I've got sleeve and piston. I will need a head and a back plate, come to think of it. But anyway, I was going to put new bearings in it anyway. So, I figured it wouldn't be too big a problem, but for the life of me, I don't know what I've done with it. When I start cleaning up, I sometimes outsmart myself and put things places that I just can't figure out where the heck I put them. But I've got too much junk in too small a space. I have created a Blibby in my shop, and now I don't know how to get out of it. I've got myself into a mess I don't know how to get out of, but I'll figure something out.
You're thinking you're special, are you, Phil? You ought to be over to mine.
Special ed, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Phil.
You're the only one that's got that problem, Phil. You're the only one.
Yeah, I hear you.
Phil?
Yes, sir.
I'm curious if you've done anything with that sweet sweep that I gave you like 3 years ago.
Well, it's downstairs. It's downstairs repaired
Mac
and
Henry.
ready. It's downstairs repaired and ready for paint, but like several others in front of it, I haven't painted it yet. I took it and I took the stab out of it. Well, not out of it, but I took the stab loose and moved it back so that the flap and the elevators are in line, and just glued it back in. That was the hardest thing, but I got that fixed, and then everything else pretty well took care of itself once you a little piece of balsa here, a little piece of balsa there, and glue it in and sand it down, and it looks pretty neat. I think it's going to be a neat little airplane. I'm hoping to fly that, or take it and fun fly it at least at it's not Atlanta. You know what I'm talking about? Tom Dixon's contest in
Canton.
Canton in August. Just because I figured you'll be there, I want you to see it fly.
Yeah, I'd love to
So I'm
see
hoping-
it, man. Can you go down and grab it and show us what you did to it?
Oh no, I can't get down there. Right. I can barely walk. We did I got brilliant. I did I helped my grandson, and my grandson pours concrete. I decided I wanted to build a garage. So I poured the concrete to build a garage. And I got out and tried to help work the concrete, because I used to work a lot of concrete at work when I was lineman. Every time we poured a box or anything, we always had to, it's concrete. But anyway, 4 days later, and I can barely move. Going up and down steps is not easy. I've discovered one thing, Michael. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I understand. Well, if you can,
I'll try to have it up here Friday, though. I'll probably
if
show
you
it to
can
you Friday.
find a way to drag it out on Friday, I'd kind of like to see your progress on it.
Okay.
'Cause,
It's sitting there ready for some paint.
Okay.
Now, did you say it's sweet?
Yes.
Yeah, I got a kit from Bob Luscombe.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
It's got all 1,000,000 stamps on it. They put it on there to ship it to him. It's never been out of the box.
Yeah, this was Mac Henry's stunt plane. You know Mac from Nashville.
Oh, I thought you talked about the combat airplane.
No. This is a stunner.
Stunner.
But it's got really swept wings.
Yes, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. It was built, covered, had carbon veil on it. I mean, basically ready for paint. Tricycle landing gear, swept wing. I think it even had an anhedral tail, maybe, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think it's anhedral.
Okay.
I haven't looked at it in a few weeks, but anyway.
But Mac had built it. He built it for an Aero Tiger 36 is what he built it for classic airplane.
Mm-hmm.
But he got too poor health wise at the end to finish it. And he gave it to me, and it sat in my shop for about 2 years. And I decided I wasn't going to do anything with it. So I passed it on to Phil like 3 years ago.
Has it been that long? Lord,
it's been 3 years, Phil. Yeah, it's been 3 years.
Yeah,
I give it to you at Watt Moore's 80th birthday in South Carolina.
I thought I got it at Canton. I thought I picked it up at Canton. I didn't know. I don't know. I can't remember anymore. But anyway, it's in line to be painted, but I haven't done a lot of painting. We're going down. We're going down to Georgia here in the next little bit. One of the stops is to pick up some paint, because some of the paint that I have has been here long enough that when I tried to shake it, you hear something go thump, 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 but it's not liquid. So anyway,
what do you use, Phil? Do you use Randolph's?
Yes.
Is it a sweet sweep? What is that thing called? It's a stunner. What is it called?
I'll look it up again. I don't know. It's in my book from Tom Morris, but I can't remember the name of it.
Because I think Gordon's right. The sweet sweep is a combat design.
Yeah,
right?
Something.
This is a stunt design, but Gordon, it looks the same. It's got that whole swept wing. It looks just like a sweet sweep. It was an Umlin kit. Umlin made it. Umlin made the kit.
I can't remember the name of it.
It's got to be a good kid if he built it or if he made it. Walter did awesome kit.
Speaking of Walter, anybody heard anything of him?
Thank you,
lately.
Art. I'm not going to repeat that, but that's funny.
What's
I
that?
talked to Walter a couple of weeks ago. He's hanging in there.
What do we miss? Why is Mark and Charles cracking up?
In the chat box.
Yeah, that's
You have to consider the source.
Absolutely.
What'd you say,
Those
Dana?
two are a little.
Charles has to, he has to shape up.
They got their own drummer, and it's going bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
He's a good friend.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you.
Who
Yeah,
we
Walter
talking about?
Then or what?
I got lost.
Yeah,
Don't feel bad.
Just look in the chat, our chat, Mike. It's in our chat, not the YouTube, but our chat, the Zoom chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow here, man.
Yeah, me too.
Mike, how many of those motors have you got?
These Cyclone PC4s, we have 10 of them.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Is that all?
Well, Gordo, these are our practice motors. These aren't even legal F2D motors anymore. These are old Cyclone PC4s, right?
Is
So
that
they
the
got
15? Is that for a 15?
Yeah, it's a 15, but they got the
Oh, yeah.
Venturi's illegal and the muffler's illegal. But I was able to buy a dozen of these from the Kresniks in Michigan 2 years ago for $25 a piece, and they run like steak, man. They're great, but they're not legal in F2D. But these are our practice motors. This is what Sam and I put on our airplanes when we practice match, so we're not tearing up our good Foras, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But we have a dozen Foras, a dozen new Foras that we bought a year and a half ago for him to fly actual competitions with. But we don't want to put time on those flying practice matches and take a chance of, you know, going case to case and breaking one. So we got these, and
heck yeah.
Yeah, they're great, man. They were cheap, they're fast, they're good. Ron Colombo took them to Henry Nelson last spring, put all new bearings in them, front and back, polished the cranks, got them all fluffed up, and yeah, they're just our practice motors. So we're getting ready for practice season, cleaning everything up and getting stuff ready. We pulled out. Let me see. There we got. Where is it?
Oh, there you go.
There's 10 airplanes down there that we're going to hang motors on. They're just repairs for practice airplanes. You know, we don't fly the good stuff when we're flying each other, you know.
That's good.
Because we're going to tear it up. But we got plenty of junk equipment to play with and practice with. And then his good stuff, we just fly it and get it tuned and tested and trimmed out. And then we put them up, you know, put a couple flights on them, get them trimmed out and put them away.
That might be a good motor for your Perky.
Isn't the
Who's
Perky 21?
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
No, I think Perky's 15. Because when I flew
15.
When I flew Bob Whitney's Perky, it was a Zaup 15 that I set the record with his airplane.
Oh.
Yeah, I know you being the record holder, you need to build one and fly it.
No, I was the pilot of a record holder.
Well,
I didn't build it. I didn't build the airplane.
You know.
I didn't build the engine. I didn't tune the engine. All I did was hang on and spin in circles. I didn't do anything. I was a pilot. Bob Whitney did all the work. Bob Whitney did all the work.
I tell you what, I watched that flight, and that was Bob did a lot of work. That was a nice airplane.
Hey guys, I've been trying to get in. Brent Williams said King Sweep. Is that the name of the stuff?
That's it. That's it.
Thank you, Brent.
Leave it to Brent. He'd come up with it.
Thank you, Brett. Yeah.
Thank you, Brett. You got a lot better memory than I got.
So let's close the show out with Bob Whitley. Hey Bob, what you been up to?
Usual. Went up flying today with the commercial student, the one I tormented under the hood for the whole flight the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today I did it a bit different. I tormented him by having him do spins and spiral dives. He's getting a little bit green, so we headed back. But
damn,
I remember that.
And yesterday
I remember the first time they had me do that. Oh.
Went off to RC Club indoor fun fly at one of the rec centers. And I was like those motor packages and stuff that you told me about that I got there, Mike. I was talking with the guys about getting plans or a kit or something to put together. And one of the guys says, "I've got something better for you, Bob." And he said, "I got a whole bunch of extra indoor flyers. How's $50 ready to go? Everything except a couple of battery packs, but no receiver." So I said, "Okay." So I picked up a Pro Extra. I'll show it to you here in a sec.
Wow.
And then when I'm getting ready to leave, he said, "I've got this little Horizon E-Flight STOL plane here. The nose is broken off it, but you can have that. But you got to have a Spectrum transmitter for it." So I said, "Well, I guess I got to go out and buy a Spectrum transmitter now." And he said, "No, you don't." And he handed me one of them too. So anyway, I'll just reverse the camera here and show you.
You have quite a collection now.
We got a lot of really good. Let me see here. There we go. Switch camera. Okay, so I got the transmitter there, 6-channel.
Oh yeah. Is
And
that
the Pro
DX6
Extra.
or DX5?
That's a DX6.
DX6, nice, yeah.
Yeah, and I got the Pro Extra trainer stunter there. And then I'll just roll it back a little bit here so you can see it. The nose is broken off, but it's pretty minor on this Horizon Hobbies Stole plane.
That's a Timber X, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a great airplane, man. Great airplane.
Yeah, and then I got a couple of battery packs and a couple of receivers. So
for 250 grams.
Yeah. But
fun.
we're flying indoors anyway, so who cares? And
oh, okay, so you're all right. You're okay.
I've got my R pass anyway, so it wouldn't matter. So yeah, I guess I'm all set to go flying a bit of indoor next month.
Hey Bob, you got a good deal. I bought a DX8 and it's used, and the guy charged me $150 for it. So
yeah, free is a good deal. I like it.
Yeah.
Now I just got to figure out how to link them all.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
It's pretty easy, Bob, and I'll tell you, just go to YouTube, and you're using the orange receivers. I see the Hobby King orange receiver. Just go to bind DX6 to Hobby King orange receiver. There's going to be a 4-minute video, and a guy's going to show you exactly how to do it.
Okay, I'll show you another.
Just make sure when you're doing it, take the props off your airplanes when they're on the bench. When you're
So I've heard.
Out of here, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Thanks for coming in.
Now I got something else to show you too that I picked up a while ago. Also for $50. It seems to be the magic number. But I got one of these Turnigy
nice
transmitters. And I got 3 FR Sky receivers. And I also got this, I think it's a fancy, telemetry unit here. I'm not sure what this is actually. I got to figure it out. It's an FLD02 from FR Sky. Telemetry module. And Lord only
show me those
receivers. Lord only knows what this is that plugs into the USB. So
show me those receivers again, Bob.
Sure. They're the 8 channels. But
are they FR? They're FR Sky?
Yeah, and the transmitter has the FR Sky module in the back.
Oh, so you do have a transmitter to go with those receivers. Okay.
Yeah.
Because those are not compatible with the Spectrum stuff.
No, definitely not. So anyway, I think I'm doing okay for, I don't know, I think my overall investment in RC might be $150, and I've got just about half a room full of the stuff. So I guess I'm doing okay.
Pretty good. What's the can you show the profile foamy again? What is that?
Sure. I'll just get the camera loose here again.
And what's the wingspan on that thing?
I haven't measured it. I'll just sort of do an overview here for you.
Extra.
Okay. 32, I think.
Yeah, I can pull out a tape measure if you want, but
32, 36. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of fun with that once you figure out how to fly it, man.
Yeah, let me just flip it over here.
That's a great indoor. It's even good outside if it's calm. You know?
That's what I heard. I just couldn't pass it up for $50, and then he threw in all that other stuff. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you'll be hovering in no time.
Yeah, that's great. Always good to hear words of encouragement and that I didn't screw up buying something.
I'll give you 60 Canadian for all of it if you ship it to me.
You've heard of ways to do rude anatomical functions, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I figured that was pretty good. And I should be getting my Super Tiger 60s with the Brian Gardner kits in them on Friday.
Pooey. I've been trying to get one of those for 2 years.
Actually, I gave one of mine away. Brian was texted or emailed me and said there's a guy really begging for one, and I'd ordered 3, and he wondered if I really needed all 3. And I said, well, we always do, but I could give up one for another modeler. So I just took 2 of them, passed up one of mine. But
I had 3 orders
Brian
as well,
is just incredible to deal with.
Yeah, I'm hoping y'all go ahead and order a few kits so I've got 3 on order. Next run he makes.
And when he does the Super Tiger 35 C35 stunt run, I've got 3 of those on order with him. And
Hey,
a spare
Charles,
head.
can I sneak a quick share in here?
Yeah, go ahead, Dennis.
That's it.
That's
it.
There we are.
Thank you, Dennis. That's all right.
Yeah,
I remember seeing
a little
that.
behind, trying to wiggle my way in between the conversations here.
I
But
know it's tough. It's very tough.
this may be the butt ugliest stunt plane I've ever seen, but I don't know. I don't know. I can't combine that short nose and a tail dragger with a sort of jet kind of thing, but I don't know. I think Doc
vaguely
Holliday
recall
built one of
seeing
these
that
a
in an
few
old
years
magazine or something.
I think the one Mac built was a trike, though. Isn't it a trike?
No, I think
Phil?
it's like that. I
No,
think
it
it's
definitely is not.
Yeah.
At least not the way they published it. Now, I can't imagine any self-respecting modeler would turn it into a trike, just nothing else to improve the appearance. But
yeah. No, it's a
It's
tail
been
dragger
3
because
years
I've got
since
it
I've
hanging
seen
on the
it,
wall
so
by
I
the tail
forget.
wheel.
You know, with that silly short nose, that almost looks like a nose wheel if you squinted your eyes a little bit.
Yeah, I suppose.
All right, Phil, you're on the clock now. You're under pressure. Everybody wants to see this
No.
thing finished, man.
We want to
Well,
see if you
it'll
can make it pretty instead of ugly like that.
yeah, by the way, Phil, take a look at that push rod from the bell crank to the flap and
Yeah.
get your shiny new Howard Rush program. He's going to look at that. And I think the program is going to melt when it looks at that.
Yeah, really.
But
Yeah,
anyway.
really. See, I hadn't seen the plans to it before, and that's short.
Yeah.
That is really short. Wow.
Is it a good flying plane, by the way?
I don't know.
I have no
Doc
idea.
Holliday
Not
built
finished.
one.
I've seen
I think
exactly
he said
one
it
of
flew
them.
all right, but I was
seen one of them.
reading the article. According to the article, it flies great. So
This is
From
the guy.
when?
The guy that
1960 what?
I think it's actually late 50s. I'm not sure, but
I think it was too.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Anything that got off the ground flew great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had lower.
Yeah.
They had lower standards back then, right?
No,
I think the flight performance of that was just under a ringmaster in the 1950s, probably.
September 1959.
Oh, 59.
Dang, you got a good memory.
Wow. It was
No,
cutting edge
that's
then.
and I'm reading off the bottom of page 1. So
Oh,
the
okay.
article. No, Phil, I not that good a memory, but
the only modeler I know that really has a remarkable memory is Bob Hunt.
Bob Hunt, yeah.
He can remember the years that stuff was done and published and who flew what, where, and when.
I don't know. Keith Trossel doesn't do too bad either.
True that.
That's very true.
True.
That's
that.
very true. Those two would be a toss-up. I hadn't thought about that, but that's right.
Hey, Phil.
Mhm.
Listen, I've been out to lunch and dinner with Bob, and sometimes he forgets to pay. So, I don't know about his memory.
I guess I should have warned you about that.
Yep.
Very good.
Mark,
Oh.
I like going out to the diner at Brodax with you Because whenever I take my kid, you always pick up the tab.
There you go.
Well.
Very nice. Hey guys, I'm going to end the live stream. And so thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for sharing. I love the show and tells. I love the sharing the pictures and the airplanes. It really makes the show. So thank you very much. And today's Monday, so hope you have a chance to work in your shop or go flying and come back Friday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds, tight lines.